John says that if you love, you know God, because God is love. And Paul wrote that love keeps no record of wrongs. It's ancient, biblical, and free of religious additives. So let's look at biblical love, what it is and what it isn't. First, biblical love isn't an idealized little snow globe of perfection. How often do we buy gifts, gather, hug, visit over a ton of food, laugh and smile with our own familiar tribe? Or how often do we dream of doing this? So many of us were brought up to think of these warm experiences as the ideal expressions of biblical love, yet they're not always expressions or measures of actual biblical love. These can be beautiful forms of affection, but tight-knit affection isn't quite the same thing as biblical love. It's comforting, even healthy, to build a life around those you trust, but this ideal is really more related to good fortune in life or personal success if you can achieve it. It's meant for you and yours. So overall, it isn't really part of the wider biblical love, which is more about becoming egoless and merciful, even towards strangers and those who aren't of the same background. This is the Ancient Jesus Way channel. It's free from religious doctrine and dogma. If you aren't afraid of love, then keep watching, and thanks for joining me. Decades ago, I heard it said that biblical love is not a feeling, not emotion, not just keeping someone in your good graces, but a moral. I was shocked, yes, because I saw morals as rules, but love as grace. So I became intrigued, pondering my questions immediately. Lots of people think of love as a personal expression or attachment to a person or group, but can't imagine how it could be a moral principle. Biblical love doesn't have the same kind of goal as romantic love. Greeks had several words for love, classified by who the love was for, like motherly love, love for your friend, spousal or romantic love. Then the greatest type of love, the one that strengthens every category, which is agape love. Sometimes people view love as being soft for the sake of softness. It is comforting to love, yes, but biblical love, which can include comfort, is so much more profound than comfort alone. Some people think love exists only to avoid conflict, but this isn't psychologically or biblically sound. Conflict happens. Love is revealed through the forgiveness of conflict, not through people hiding their true feelings, even negative ones, from each other. Naturally, people can disagree in a loving way. But conflict still happens, which is why the forgiveness of biblical love is among the greatest needs society has. Biblical love is not intended to be sheer emotional sugar, though some people do need the encouragement that might look sugary, but love goes further than this. It soothes, it heals, and then it strengthens. So, if I am in need of hearing only good things about myself, after letting too much of a harsh world get into my mind with its criticisms, then I am in need of soothing, then healing, then strengthening so I can withstand the same emotional threats in the future through the eyes of one who is becoming non-reactive to insults laid on me. It's good to be strong, to not crumble, and to use the strength of love to protect others. So, we pass it on. Some people are under the impression that biblical love is perfect behavior in relationships, but this love is not associated with the desperation that tries to force an appearance of fine polish into our social situations, against the inner hunger for realism. But sometimes people pretend everything is great, going to extreme measures to create a show together, almost like a play, where every actor in the room is supposed to look entertaining and ideal. There's a fear of facing each other's sorrows, of validating someone's trauma, a fear of masks falling away. Emotional realism isn't always pretty and can be a little disruptive to the pretended scenes in life. But it is inhumane to say, all right, no one frown here today, we are going to have a good time. No honesty, please, just pretend like we always do. This is why, even with plenty of friends, life can feel like a palpably dull, inauthentic social fantasy. This isn't healing. It's a social norm, nothing more. We get hours of these moments recorded in our minds. Then sometimes we get wrapped up and preoccupied with little details about social blunders or disillusionments in these situations, if only to try to reinforce personal identity through these shallower kinds of moments. But biblical love is always conducive to healing, egoless sharing, and defining personal identity clearly without the show. We aren't the mistakes we try to hide, neither is anyone else. And biblical love does not divide people between each of their sorrows or mistakes. Yet we worry so much. Love is patient, it is kind. It keeps no record of wrongs according to the Bible, the open heart, and to lived experience. Biblical love never says you are the opposite. There is no tribe in biblical love, no me versus you, us versus y'all, or them. There is not hierarchy, but equality, inclusivity, and nonviolence of the body, mind, and soul. We can feel closer to someone, trust one above another, and this is not wrong in terms of ordinary give-and-take love. It is expected. Yet in biblical love is, not always, this give-and-take situation. It gives even when the other person is too weak, too hurt, or too confused to give back. Biblical love loves people who are cloaked in ugliness, and it does not fear their pain, but can help to dissolve it. A very common confusion regarding biblical love is the idea that the way to embody it is to agree with everyone, always, on everything. This just isn't realistic because we can't be close to everyone. We can't trust every human being in all situations. We can't carry everyone's pain until we crumble. Biblical love is never unhealthy for anyone. Biblical love is not an emotion-based love, but a deep, conscience-based intent to not harm and instead help others without fear. It isn't for everyone, but for those who practice in becoming strong. God desires we all share this love, though God knows not everyone is ready to just yet. Anyone with biblical love will often want to try their best to protect the vulnerable, refuse cruelty, see every person's dignity, not abandon anyone, not write people off, not let fear or tribalism decide who matters. That is moral clarity. So unconditional love is not emotional mush. It's a real social solution for the world, waiting for more people to participate in it so it can heal more people and bring more peace. It's the same kind of love the prophets talk about and where the world is gradually going according to the evidence in the real world today, and to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31 to 34, which is a positive prophecy about where the world is going and the law being written on the heart, meaning we will know love and do right by love with no need for any written standard. And this is slowly coming to pass over the centuries. Fewer countries use the death penalty today than ever, for example. Much has changed and will change, and it is love that replaces all the old darkness. If you can't sleep at night when a mouse is caught in a box trap, if you must rise at midnight to drive the mouse to a field and let it out, then you are without the dissonance that blocks biblical love for all. Why should any creature suffer? Just because I am not that helpless creature, and I don't feel its pain as it does, or could opt to deny its pain with my powerful intellect, does that make it okay to stand by and let another creature suffer needlessly when I could personally help it? No, we have been the suffering, so we feel a sense of relief when we try to relieve others' suffering socially, personally, physically, or spiritually. We are asked to do unto others as we would have done to us. It's a simple concept when we don't complicate it with intellectualism. Biblical love is the same kind of love Jesus embodies. It's the same kind of love Paul is actually calling for in 1 Corinthians. Not sentimental, but ethical, principled, focused love. So, to sum it up, I'll just say this. When Paul wrote, "Love is patient, love is kind," he wasn't being sentimental. He was correcting a community that was tearing itself apart. This isn't soft love, it's moral courage. It's the kind of love that protects the vulnerable, refuses cruelty, and treats every person as someone who matters. Unconditional love is not emotional mush. Unconditional love is responsibility. This love is not sentimentality. It is moral courage, the courage to protect, to dignify, to refuse cruelty, and to see every person as someone who counts. But if you need more love than you can give, it's not a failure. Not everyone had some happy upbringing or a large and magically supportive family. Love can sometimes develop under certain conditions or environments more easily than others. So if you didn't have this very lucky kind of environment growing up, then all you can do is to try to build your own someday, to give to others what you missed out on. The sheer desire to do this reveals that there is the seed of love in your heart. There are other things that reveal love in one's heart, yes, but I think this may be one of the more common ones. But if you have the strength to share biblical love, then chances are you are already sharing it in small ways. By sharing what you have with others or giving to a stranger, or listening to someone who is in agony, then encouraging them instead of critiquing their feelings, thoughts, or beliefs. Because sometimes you don't need a correction, you just need mercy. We all get that way, and egoless, biblical love can accommodate that. Biblical love accommodates all mercy of all people. It takes strength, not mush, to be like an angel, to balance childlike sensitivity toward the suffering with the parent-like protective urge to guide them. And part of that guidance is revealing your kindness to those who suffer, reminding them that there is still goodness in the world, sharing courage with them. True courage is a comfort that reveals that they can grow their own love into an insightfully complex response to pain in the world, instead of the sheer common response of criticism alone. Learning about biblical love is deeply enlightening, comforting, and reassuring. Remember, the love chapter is 1 Corinthians 13 if you want to read what Paul wrote about love, how it is defined by the Bible, and by anyone with a clear, experienced, or grounded moral compass. This love is simply goodwill towards all. And it's how God loves everyone, despite the false lore that unconditional love means conditional love. So biblical love is comforting and clarifying to receive and deeply satisfying to give. This isn't religion, it's the ancient way of Jesus. I'm Magnolia Rye, a quiet Southern native. Thanks for watching. Join me again soon. Peace.